Let's go. I wake up to a little bit of drool on my pillow, feel like it's gonna be a bad day. I'm tired of shit.
Hello friends and my lovely viewers, welcome back to the channel of prettiness. Today we will take a look at the brand new Marksman clan. These champions are called Wurdulac, and for this video we'll check out their clan trait as well as their active, passive, and ultimate skill. By the end, we will also discuss whether they seem worth summoning for or not. Now, let's get started by investigating their clan trait. It is called Dark Fury, and this is what it does at level 18. The caster's strength will increase by 16.6% for 5 seconds when casting an active skill. This effect is not stackable though. I honestly think this clan trait can be very useful, not just for this clan, but also for other damage-dealing DPS champs. It's almost like having an extra brutal trait attached. Only difference, of course, is that this Dark Fury clan trait has a lower percentage strength buff, and it only activates whenever we use the active skill. But, my opinion, 5 seconds is decently long, not gonna lie. It may be non-stackable, but I'm getting a good feeling about this trait. Let us move on to their skills next, starting with the male's active skill, Wild Soul Spike. Whenever a champion from either our team or the opponent's takes damage exceeding 5% of their max constitution, our male champion will gain 1 point of soul energy. This point lasts for 8 seconds, and we can store up to 5 points at once. After casting an active skill, a demonic wooden spike that is guaranteed to hit is fired at the current enemy. This attack deals damage equal to 600% of our male Wurdulac's strength, and also releases all the stored soul energy. Each point of energy inflicts an additional damage equal to 130% of our male champion's strength to the enemy. This is interesting, not gonna lie. I'm getting the idea that having a high damage dealer in our own team alongside our champion may be beneficial with this active skill of his, because we need either the opponent or one of our own team members to deal loads of damage for the soul energy points to gather up. And these points do contribute with a fair amount of additional damage in my opinion, so unless this champion of ours has the potential to be the main DPS, we should keep that in mind. I also really like how much damage this skill primarily deals. 600% plus an additional 130% from each soul energy point, so the total damage output may be even higher, depending on how many soul energy we gather up. Anyways, this being said, let us move on to the passive skill of his. This one is called Revival Guardian. At the start of the battle, 4 layers of barrier will be created to protect our male Wurdulac. Each barrier grants our champion 20% damage reduction and 25% attack speed boost. Each time our male champion takes any form of damage, 1 barrier layer will shatter. When there are less than 4 barriers, one of the barriers will automatically regenerate every 2.5 seconds. It is obviously better for our champion to not take any damage at all. That way we could consistently have 20% damage reduction and 25% attack speed boost multiplied by 4. The shields do auto-generate, and it only takes 2.5 seconds for it to happen. But like I said, the best would be for our champion to remain unharmed. Overall, this is in my opinion a very good passive skill to have on him. A couple of buffs is always appreciated. Now, let's see his final and ultimate skill, which is called Shadow Wolf. He'll summon a damage-immune Shadow Wolf to fight alongside the champion near a current enemy. The wolf's normal attacks prevent the enemy from recovering constitution for 3 seconds, and has a 60% chance to stun the enemy for 1 second. The Shadow Wolf only survives for 7 seconds. During its life, the champion gains 60% lifesteal. Additionally, each normal attack by both the wolf and champion deals extra damage equal to 7% of the enemy's max constitution. This goes up to a maximum of 2000% of the champion's strength. How much damage our champion and wolf will deal kinda depends on the opponent's amount of constitution. I am kinda confused about how much damage the wolf deals though. Is it gonna be the same amount as our champion, or is this information hidden? While the wolf is alive though, our champion is getting a pretty good lifesteal of 60%, and I think that may be a great buff to have, not gonna lie. But yeah, the wolf only survives for 7 seconds, so this entire thing won't last super long. I still don't think this ultimate skill is bad though. Neither can I call it overpowerful, but it is a very interesting ultimate for our champion. What do you think about it, by the way? Feel free to let us know your thoughts about his ultimate, as well as the previous skills we talked about. Let us check out the female champion next. Starting with her active skill, Flying Shadow Blade, she'll hurl a dagger at the two closest enemies. This inflicts damage equal to 480% of our female champion's strength and marks the target for 4 seconds. During the mark, the target is inflicted by fear and takes 25% increased damage. When the mark fades, it deals true damage equal to 8% of the target's max constitution. This goes up to a max of 2000% of our female Wurdulac's strength. Sounds amazing, not gonna lie. She deals 480% damage of her own strength, multiplied by 2. Then, for 4 seconds, the enemy who is currently her target and marked will be unable to attack properly due to the fear effect, and will also take 25% more damage than usual. An additional damage will also be dealt when the mark fades. It is limited by our champion's strength, so we have to make sure our champion has enough strength. We're up to a good start here. Let's see the passive skill now, Phantom Bat. When casting active or ultimate skills, 2 Phantom Bats will instantly be summoned to fly towards the 2 nearest enemies. Each Phantom Bat will attack its target and 1 random ally in sequence, dealing 360% of our champion's strength as damage with each attack. After attacking, the bats return to our female Wurdulac, disappears, and restores our champion's constitution for 60% of the total damage dealt that round. Phantom Bats are selection immune. If there's only 1 target remaining on the field, the Phantom Bats will attack that target twice consecutively. This honestly sounds nothing like a passive skill, but at least it seems to deal some great damage, and this entire round of bats dealing damage and restoring our champion's constitution is activated simply by casting either an active or ultimate skill. If we put enough energy regeneration onto our Wurdulac female champ, then we can spam the active and ultimate skill, which would also activate this passive skill more often. I think highly of our champion's passive skill, not gonna lie. Let's just hope the ultimate skill of hers will also impress us. The ultimate is called Batty Frenzy, and this is what it does. Empowers all Phantom Bats on the field for 8 seconds. During this time, each Phantom Bat gets an additional attack opportunity, and each attack hit will instantly restore 45% of the attack's damage as the host constitution. Additionally, each Phantom Bat's attack inflicts a bleed effect on the target, causing a loss of 130% of the target's strength as constitution every second for 5 seconds. This stacks up to 5 layers. Every 4 seconds during the empowerment, a new Phantom Bat is summoned beside our female Wurdulac. Interesting. So, for this ultimate skill to actually give us any results at all, we will need Phantom Bats on the field from before using the ultimate. It's almost like we have to use our active, passive, and ultimate skills strategically in the right order to output the most damage. If we start by using the active skill, the passive would also activate and summon a couple of bats. Then we can use the ultimate skill, which will further buff the current bats that are flying around. It has to be done pretty quickly though before the bats disappear. So yeah, lots of energy and energy regeneration would be necessary for this champion to fully function. I do like her skills overall, even this ultimate skill of hers. The bats heal up our champion's constitution according to their damage dealt. They inflict bleed effect, which causes impactful debuffs. And this lasts for 5 seconds and can stack up to 5 layers. We also summon a new bat every 4 seconds. I'm definitely curious about this champion. I hope everything I said so far made sense to you. Feel free to ask me questions in the comment section below if you find anything unclear. Anyways, would you summon for this champion? I personally feel like the female may be slightly better than the male. She just seems more interesting and unique in a way. Obviously, we cannot know 100% for sure if she'll be great in battle, but from what we've seen so far, she looks promising. This all being said, thank you everyone so much for watching today's video. Feel free to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed today's content. Have an amazing day everyone, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care, stay foxy, adios, bye!